Hi, my students. So welcome to our second week of distance learning for English 1, your freshman year, which is really exciting. So, like I said, we are going to start with content this week, and your class selected the topic of equal rights. And so we are going to talk for a few weeks about equal rights, what that means, and we're going to specifically focus on in America, so that we can narrow our focus and maybe make it a little bit more relatable to what we're experiencing. I'm going to in class describe the voting process, and then I'm also going to go over some of the feedback that you guys gave me from Friday on the feedback form. So I started a unit or a module for you based on the topic and then what you guys said about how you learn and what you needed from me and how you wanted to collaborate with each other. So hopefully I'm starting to create something that you guys enjoy and that will be accessible for you during this kind of complicated time. So let's go through this piece before the line real quick. And then, so this part will actually stay the same for the whole module. It's like our goals or our roadmap of what you're learning, why you're learning it, how we're addressing the question, the topic, and the skills that we're going to be learning and assessing for. So I'll go through each piece real quick. The topic is Equal Rights in America. We will be reading nonfiction texts, so like articles, and also personal narrative. And that's people's experiences with inequality or their experiences with equal rights in our country. The piece you're going to produce at the end of reading these and analyzing these nonfiction texts and personal narratives is an informational project. So we're starting with kind of a project, not necessarily an essay, as it were. Okay, so your learning intentions for the whole unit. So this just wasn't the week. What are you learning? So in this time, you are learning how to read and write nonfiction pieces, citing credible sources for support. So our skills that are being matched with the topic is reading and writing nonfiction and assessing for credibility. The reason why we're doing this and why we're learning these skills using this topic is because nonfiction texts, which are also called informational or can be informational, are the majority of the pieces of writing that you guys are going to create. All your other classes, majority, are going to ask you to write nonfiction or informational texts. In college, you're mostly going to write nonfiction texts, and in your jobs, you're going to write emails, you're going to write reports. And so while it's so important for you guys to learn literary analysis and reading comprehension of literature and poems and things like that, we also want to make sure we're masters in learning the skills of what is called transferable skills. So in English, we learn these literacy skills that can transfer or go towards your other classes and your other subjects and your other areas of life. And so that's where we're going to start. You've learned these skills of reading and writing nonfiction when you create a project reporting on an aspect of equal rights in America based on credible texts. If that's a lot, I promise that I'm going to be going over that a lot for the whole time that we're studying this. So if all of those words and kind of just blended together and you need to know more about it, I'm going to keep explaining it and I'm going to talk about it a lot. So by the end of the time together, this will be really clear. And by the end of our year together, learning intentions and goal setting and essential questions, that'll all make sense. So we're going to go really slowly through our first unit, like you guys asked me to. Because there's a lot of different vocabulary words I use about how we learn, why we learn, the different strategies I use to help you. And so we're going to learn a lot of like words and processes together to gain our skill base in English and in literacy. Okay, so the question we're going to use throughout our time learning these skills and addressing this topic is, how does systematic inequity affect our lives? And so we're thinking about just the systems of inequality or equality, how it affects us, how it affects other people, maybe emotionally, maybe physically. We're going to explore that question while learning those skills. So the goal for this week is to explain the key terms and history of oppression in America. And so we're learning some vocabulary, and we are thinking about like the concept of people being oppressed, just pretty basically. Next week, we're going to start reading more. This week is a kind of more introduction. Because I want you to learn like my style. I want to get to know you a little bit. I want to slow down for distance learning reasons. And so we have kind of like a slow week just to get comfortable with our topic and how I teach English. Okay, that's the only subject I teach. Okay, so Monday, your attendance is a classroom question. Actually, all week, your attendance is a classroom question, but you also have to be on Zoom because remember, attendance is its own thing, and then Zoom is 20% of your grade. So Zoom for Monday, be on at the beginning of your class period. Then what we're going to do Monday is kind of like it's just kind of like a relaxed day together. I spent all last week telling you about our syllabus and just kind of talking at you about what our class is about structurally, and making sure you know how to use apps, making sure you have your Wi-Fi, making sure we can all get on Zoom, blah, blah, blah. And so now we're going to kind of get to know each other. And yeah, that's it. Get to know each other. So I'm going to talk about the feedback you guys gave me. I went through every single answer from 143 students about what you guys want from me, what you need, how you learn, obstacles you might have, and that's it, 4 questions, and then how you want to collaborate with each other. So I'm going to talk about all those results and what you guys want from your class and what I'm doing to address that. Then we're going to play a game. Because I want to have a little bit of fun with you guys, because I need to have some fun too. I'm already tired of distance learning. It's only week 2. And then we are going to just meet our groups for breakout rooms. And so a lot of you, and I'll talk about this in debrief, a lot of you talked about having kind of anxiety about talking to people, and then some people said the breakout rooms you guys have been in haven't been very successful yet. So we're just gonna have consistent groups where you guys are hopefully comfortable with each other over a while and can talk to each other and feel confident expressing your ideas. So we're not gonna like move around. You're not gonna meet a bunch of people at first. You're gonna have like your people, and so that's where we're gonna start. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, we'll adjust. No big deal. Then you're gonna have a graffiti board. It's like you're just gonna kind of do a collage or a Google drawing, and there'll be more directions on that. That Google drawing will be due at 11:59. So you have the rest of the day to complete that. It's like a collage again. Then Tuesday, remember a classroom question. It's going to be, what do you know about equal rights? Zoom is at the beginning of your class. Then, I'm so tired. Oh, you're going to have a second to get to know me. So the day before we played a game, plus you're going to get to know your people in your breakout rooms. And then at the beginning of Tuesday, I want you guys just to ask me questions about me and my teaching, and just like anything you want that's school appropriate. And I will just tell you about myself so you can kind of get to know me, because I'm going to watch your Flipgrids, so I'll get to know you, hopefully. And then same. So then we are going to talk about your graffiti boards with your people, keep continuing to like get more comfortable with them. You're going to have a graphic organizer to do about what we know and what we want to know about your topic, which is equal rights, and that'll be due by 11:59. So 2 sections of this graphic organizer due by 11:59. The third section is going to actually be completed at the end of the unit, or end of the module. And so you're going to turn it in at 11:59 on Tuesday the 18th, even though the third section won't be complete. And then I want you to know that on Wednesday, your Zoom is during student support, which is 12:40 to 1:10. So we'll get there in a second. So again, classroom question. The Zoom on Wednesday is open office hours for questions and connection. So it's a time for you to drop in. I'm just like there available. So it's like a time for you to drop in, ask me questions, check in however you need, because it's like a short day. So it's more or less like it can be a work day. Then you are going to begin a new No Red Ink assignment. Yours is identifying sentence subjects, and that'll be due next Wednesday. So every Wednesday you get a new No Red Ink, and you have 1 week to complete it. The program says that this one should take you somewhere around 20 minutes. So hopefully that's true. So it's due 8:26 at 3 p.m. You're going to have a Quizlet on vocabulary words for equal rights, and remind yourself that you're going to have a quiz on Monday at 8, which is the 24th. Then you have an ed puzzle for today, for Wednesday, that is about how I help you like go through a reading process for comprehension and analysis, and then how you like annotate and things like that. And then you're going to on Thursday actually practice that reading process. So remember, on Wednesday you have your No Red Ink diagnostic assessment. They said that should take about 30 minutes, and you got it last Wednesday. Thursday, classroom question, Zoom at the beginning of your class. Then we're going to do a Quizlet live with those vocabulary words from Wednesday. We have our first reading piece, which is on an app called CommonLit. It's the blue-eyed, brown-eyed exercise. And you're going to be following the reading process from the ed puzzle on Wednesday. And so I'm going to walk through it with you. I'm going to read the whole thing first. You're going to go into your breakout groups and read it second and complete the guiding questions. And then you will have until Friday, which is the next day, by 11:59 to complete the assessment part, which will be the third read. And that'll make more sense after the reading process ed puzzle. And I'll explain it in class or on Zoom. Then classroom question, Zoom, and then we have an ed puzzle on how to use our search engine, because remember, we're going to be reading nonfiction pieces. You're also going to be doing a little bit of your own. You know what? I think I want to change this. No, I don't. Okay, so how to use our search engine for credible sources. Then we are doing, like, you're starting to do your own research. So for nonfiction reading and writing, I'm going to provide articles for you and resources, and we're going to read them together, and we're going to analyze them together, and you're also going to start your own research. And I think actually I'm going to change this, and we're actually going to make this Friday. Oh no. Yeah. Which will be 28th. Yeah. Okay. I like that better. So we're going to do a research organizer. So you're going to be doing your own research while I provide you articles, and they'll be due Friday the 28th. So you have a whole week to do that research. And then I have another feedback form for you for the second week because I just want to make sure I'm doing what you need and not what I want, because my class should be about you because you're the learners. And then you have a quick announcement. Remember that there's a vocabulary quiz on Monday, and you will have that Quizlet on your classroom. I hope this helps you. Every day I'm going to walk you through the daily agenda. So today when we meet, you'll also have another exposure to the agenda. You can watch this video hopefully, and I'll have directions and other videos, support videos throughout the week on the posts associated. So I'm excited to start content with you. I'm excited to get to know you a little bit better. And that's it. Happy second week. Bye.